Hey, welcome back. My name is Dino. This video is on flipped classroom activities. It's part one of hopefully a multi-part series. The focus of the video is to share some activities to use if you're going to be choosing to do flipped classrooms in your own. First off, let's start off with the definition of what a flipped classroom is. This is in another video, but hey, in case you missed it. It's a teaching strategy that reverses the, quote, lecture in class and homework outside of class approach. To do this, content is provided ahead of each session, typically online in the form of a video or audio lecture paired with online discussions or quizzes to review the lecture. So it's a flipped classroom because it flips the lecture in class, homework outside of class paradigm. The first type of activity is a 3-step interview. Here I'll describe it in various parts. What's the use of it? Like, what's it even useful for? It's good for an icebreaker, and it's good for a team building exercise. So if you're looking to do that kind of thing, the 3-step interview is useful. What's the rationale for it? Like, why would you want to use it? This 3-step interview, it helps to, quote, reinforce and internalize important concept-related information. So if you have concept-related information that you want to sort of hammer home, this is a good way to do it. And in an application, where would you use this? It's you want to have lectures or textbook material. That would be the concepts that you're reinforcing. So in the instructions, in terms of the teacher, the person should give questions to the students based on the content material and pose questions that have no right or wrong solutions. Otherwise, you kind of subvert the point of the 3-step interview. In terms of instructions, for students, there's three steps. First, one student interviews another within specified time limits. That'll depend on the complexity of the material and the questions you pose. Step 2 is to reverse these student roles, so you'd have them in pairs, and conduct the interview again. Then finally, step 3, these pairs combine to form a foursome, so you have 2 sets of pairs. And the students introduce to the rest of the group the ideas posed by their partner. So it's basically ways to take the lectures or textbook material, have questions that are around it, and then you want to have students share it to spread it. Another activity is case studies. This is more of a broad description. Here, students consider problems situated in the complexity of their field. So you'd find a case that the instructor, and then the students would consider the problems based on the case. And the rationale, the reason why it might be useful is that, quote, good case studies, like good stories, are realistic, reflect the complexity of the situation, and involve a conflict or dilemma. So you want to find a case study that deals with the problem that's complex in the field of study. Again, it's complex, and there's a conflict or a dilemma, and then that's the source of the case study. Another activity is called the jigsaw discussion. I'm sure some of you who, especially if you're into education, you've heard of the jigsaw method. And this is a jigsaw discussion. The description for it is a general topic is divided into smaller interrelated pieces. So basically you divide this puzzle of everything into various pieces. And that's like the individual facts and then other parts of it. In terms of instructions, you have various team members. They read and become an expert on a different topic. So that's what they would do ideally outside of classroom. After becoming experts in the classroom, after they're experts on their piece of the puzzle, they teach the other members about that puzzle piece. And then after teaching, the puzzle has been reassembled and everyone in the team knows something important about every piece of the puzzle. So it's kind of like you get people to specialize in a piece of the puzzle. They contrast and compare and share their parts of their expertise on different topics, and then together they become experts. How to become experts individually on different pieces of the puzzle. And then finally, just so I can break this up so you're not overwhelmed, it's the thinking aloud pair problem solving. TAPS. It's like taps, but an extra taps. Where do you use it? Thinking aloud, pair problem solving is really good for solving case studies, complex problems, or to interpret text ideally that would be a little bit complicated. in terms of an overview, sort of give you an idea of it, students would pair where one individual is designated as the explainer and the other the questioner. So you're like a dyad of two people, an explainer and a questioner. In terms of formal instructions, the explainer, that person outlines the issues at hand and then begins the detailed descriptions of how they would solve the case, problem, or interpretation. While that's going on, the questioner can listen to the explainer, and then they can also pose questions or offer helpful hints. So it becomes like a sort of a dialogue that you're reinforcing. And then for the explainer, questioner, dyad, you want to have role reversal. So the students reverse the roles until the exercise concludes, and ideally, by this explainer, questioner, back and forth, the case study, the complex problem, or the text that needs to be interpreted becomes better, more fully realized. A useful questioner can help give hints to the explainer who may be missing something important, etc., etc. So that was Flipped Classroom Activities. It's part one, again, of a multi-part series. My name is Dino. Thanks for watching. What do you think of the 3-step interview? What do you think of case studies? What do you think of jigsaw discussions? What do you think of the think aloud pairing? Are they useful? Have you used them before? Are there any tips that you would suggest to make them even better? Do you have any activities for classrooms that you think might be useful? Please feel free to leave those in the comments. And as always, please feel free to subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content. As always, thanks for watching. Take care.